evening from Brisbane, Australia. This is the week 3 in review. Been a good week this week. I went out and did a decent effort of Uber Eats. There was a video I put up earlier this morning from last night's effort. If you haven't watched it. And we had some good results. Well, yeah, had some good normal results with spot trading, and had a very, very good result, which I'll talk about a little bit further. So with the Uber and particularly the spot trading crypto, well, $250 odd extra this week. So I'm going to get taxed on taxed on most of that, but it's $250 I didn't previously have. So without further ado, we'll hopefully I don't have many viewers. Those that do watch will notice that the stream is hopefully getting a little bit better. I'm hopefully getting a little bit better in front of the camera. I'm still not 100% comfortable doing this sort of thing, but I'm definitely more confident than I was 18 days ago or 19 days ago when I did my first video. So anyway, you can see on the right of the screen there, so that my earnings to date is now at $364. We're calling this week 3, but we haven't had 3-4 weeks for the year because of when New Year's Day fell. But we'll say 3 weeks. So average up $120 odd Australian per week, which is not bad. As I have mentioned several times, I do have a full-time job to go to, so this is extra income. It's hopefully going to add up to a good amount by the end of the year. I'm still umming and ahhing about what sort of money I'm looking for towards the end. 5,000 Australian dollars minimum, absolute minimum. I think 10,000 is achievable. And again, that's on top of my daily job, so it's not about extra money for the amount of time I'd physically do with working these extra side hustles and whatever you want to call it. I'm probably spending more time learning how to set up OBS to record these videos, and then putting it all together with another piece of software, and then uploading it. But it's a learning process. It's something I didn't know how to do. I'm not going to pretend this is a professional channel, but hopefully it's a lot better. Well, it's starting to look better than, I think it's looking a lot better than what it was in, if you go back and watch the first episode I put up. So we're on episode 10 now. And yeah, I've got a few more ideas I want to do to improve it further. But it takes time, is the thing. There's a million other things I should be doing as well besides doing this, but anyway, all good. All right, so let's move on, and we'll just have a look at. I'll go through each of the different categories for the week and have a look how we did. So. So up at the top of the screen there again, you'll see. So this week, $251.94 Australian dollars. I haven't put the US amounts in there yet. This is work in progress. This little screen, so we'll get to that. So all these amounts are Australian dollars. So Uber Eats. If you watch the video from which was uploaded this morning, which was from last night, I made I think it was $109.05. For a bit over 3 hours. Take off. There was fuel $7.40, so ended up with $101 and change for a bit over 3 hours work. So it was pretty good effort. So so it's taken us up to $151 so far for the year, just with Uber Eats and Menulog and DoorDash and whatnot. Really, this should be where the bulk of the money's going to come from for the year. I'd like to say that it's going to come from crypto trading, but we'll just have to see how we go with that. Recycling, as I've sort of said several times, I mean, these are just cans I pick up in the street as I'm driving by. It doesn't include the old. This video is brought to you by Pepsi. It doesn't include my own recycling because I figure this is additional income. So anyway, I didn't pick any up, so we're still sitting on $1.20 for the year for that. Now the crypto, your little Bitcoin, I probably should change that icon. It's not really representative of what it is. So this is crypto earned by using apps. I did a video episode 7, I think, on Friday night, Saturday morning, or something like that. Just going through one of the apps that I used to earn a little bit of crypto. So we've got a couple of payouts this week, only 26 cents. So it's a bit of a hard one saying how much this is worth. The trouble being, everything I get paid. So one of the app does, or a couple of the apps do Bitcoin Cash. One of the apps does Dash Coin, and then the other two apps do Litecoin. Now at this stage, I've decided to just convert everything to Litecoin so we can keep it all together and see how much is there. The trouble with crypto is that it does vary in price so much. I mean, Litecoin was down, I think last Sunday, I think it was down about 96 Australian dollars, or might have been 96 US dollars. During the week, it just went right up. It went up to $137. So it makes it hard to sort of say, well, the total we've made is $1.35. Well, whereas tomorrow it might change. That $1.35 might be $1.40. It might be $1. So maybe I need to change those amounts to say, just put it in Litecoin, in terms of Litecoin. So it doesn't matter what the price is. We can say we have half a Litecoin or something like that at the end of the year. Anyway, that's one of the things to think of. Next one down is our little Keno, man. Now, I've got a little method for Keno, and I do need to do a video of it. I have mentioned it in the past. It's basically a method that you'll see online for lots of things, lots of casino games like roulette, and where your odds are pretty much 50-50. So I do heads and tails. Put $1 on tails. If it wins, I go again, $1 on tails. If it loses, we're down $1. So we go $2. If we lose again, we go 4, then 8, then 16, then 32, until our money, until we get to an amount where we just can't cover the bet. In which case, all our money's gone. So that that's one of the things with gambling is very, very risky, and I really do need to do a video on it because. If you've done, I don't know I don't know how old everyone is and what maths you did in school. Now, I'm not gonna say I'm great at maths. I've certainly picked up a lot of stuff. I was a very, very lazy student, but one of the subjects I really did find interesting was probability and statistics. So if you do gamble, it does help to know a little bit about probability and statistics. Now, it could be a whole topic on its own. It could be a 1-hour video explaining why, the chance of it coming, you flip a coin. If the coin comes tails 10 times in a row, the odds of that happening is exactly the same as the odds of it being heads 10 times in a row, or the odds of it being heads, tails, 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 heads, tails, heads, or something like that. It's, as we do these bets, it's like betting black or red on roulette, or it's like, so with Keno, they call it heads or tails. You're essentially a 50-50 chance. The house has got a little bit of odds on their side, and that's just the way gambling works. The bookie's the house that always wins. What I'm trying to say, I guess, is, excuse me, that as human beings, we do things with emotion. It's like people saying people that talk about buying stocks and shares and even investing in crypto. Don't let your emotions come into it. But we're human beings. We're naturally emotional people. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you went to if there was someone in the street offering these odds, and they flipped they flipped a coin that came up tails, and they said to you, well, all right, on this bet now, do you want heads or do you want tails? And you can put $1 on it. Well, people will look at it and go, well, it came up tails last time, so it's a 50-50 thing. So, law of averages say, out of two coin flips, one's going to be heads, one's going to be tails. And yes, if you flip a coin 100 times, odds are it's going to be around about a 50-50 split. But without getting into much more detail, every flip of the coin is completely independent of the one beforehand. The fact that it came up tails before has got nothing to do with it. So anyway, maybe it's a topic for another time. I do like talking about these sorts of things if you can't tell. So I think a bit of that came from my having a father that was very much into mathematics and was very, very, very good at mathematics. Had all sorts of mathematics books, including a lot on probability, statistics, those sort of things. He did study at university in mathematics. So anyway, story for another time. We're going too long on that one. All right, so fifth one down is our little spot trading. So you can see this week, you'll see in a little bit later, in a couple more minutes when we go through the spot trading. What we made this week was $84, but that's US. That's USDT, so US dollars tethered. So converting that to Australian dollars, we made about $135. So it was a big earner for the week. It was more. It was probably more. It was more good luck than anything else, but we'll take it. Now the surveys, I do need to look at these more. If you've got the time, you can do okay with them. I mean, I only made 20 cents this week, but we'll talk about that a little bit in a second. All right, so we'll just go quickly through just some of the other earnings of in more detail. So here's the earnings from last night with Uber. There's a whole video on that you can watch, but I just want to put the screenshots up just to show I'm not BSing everyone. This is money I've actually made. I'm not I'm not buying. I'm not saying I bought crypto at this price and sold at this price and I made all this money without actually trying to show a bit of proof that yes, it did happen. All right, so we will get on to the next one. So this is our what we've received in crypto from the apps. So we've got 23 cents in Dash, another 3 cents in Litecoin. I do need to use these a little bit more. It doesn't pay much, but it's sort of just interesting, I think, to watch how these things add up. I'll have to go more into my account and just see whether I've converted that Dash to Litecoin, but that's neither here nor there for the moment. Now, with the where are we? What do I want to show you first? All right, so here is our trading for the week with and sorry, it's an ugly little screen I've done here. This basically shows us the buys and the sells I've done for the week. So we started down the bottom of the week, 500 and I had a $516 buy. We sold at 517, so we made about $1 on that one. Then I added some more money. I did talk about this, I think. Did I do a video on it? I'm pretty sure I did. Where I put more money in. So that was a 517. Then I added another 200 odd US dollars. So we got out of that one at $712. So it only made a little bit. Now the next one. So we bought back in, and this was Pengu that we bought in on. I'll show on the next screen. It was $712 was my total amount. Now I bought straight in with the whole lot, which is pretty dumb. But anyway, we got into a fair bit of trouble on it, to be honest. And I wasn't. Should I put more money in? No, I didn't bother. Anyway, so I went to sleep, and then sometime during the night, was it the next night or something like that? It did finally go up. Now. No, I'll talk more about that on the next screen anyway. So we ended up making 74 USDT on that one. So that's where the bulk of the money came. Then we had a few more little ones, some 300s. Put in 300, got out 180. Put in another 299.50 trade, made 301.81. Then we had another 300, and that got sold in two parts. That's a story I didn't sell it off properly. So yeah, we ended up with, what was that, 301.09. So another $1.09 there. They're typically what I'm looking for though, is to make trades like that where hopefully it goes up straight away and I can get in and get the hell out. And if I make $1.50, I'll make $2. That's ideally what I'm looking for. I do want to make a better video on my crypto trading strategy, and it's essentially working on making lots of small wins. Not going for the big wins. I'm in for the quick thrill, and I'm sort of looking at, well, maybe if I can make 1% profit per day. And again, I'll have to do a spreadsheet up and that sort of thing. But you sort of see, like, you think, if I've got $500, if I make 1% a day, well, I've just made $5. But then the next day, you got $505, so you're making $5.50, and that compounds. So you're still just looking for that 1%. You're not looking for these big movements. And if you can manage that and manage it on a regular basis, then that 1% will become a lot of money in the future. Anyway, so yeah, I'll just quickly show you that. So this is the actual trade we got sort of into trouble with. This is the Pengu trade. You can see I bought it about 9 a.m. in the morning. That was on the 15th. You can see our break even point, which is that blue line. So I can't remember what I bought in at through our 0.32 or I'm trying to think, 0.325 or something like that. I can't remember. Anyway, it's gone down and it's gone down and it's gone down, and we're getting to 8 o'clock on the 15th that night, and that's generally about the time I sort of go down, hit the sack, I should say, and watch some YouTube or that sort of thing. I do keep a bit of an eye on this, but yeah. Anyway, fell asleep. Generally I'll wake up during the night, and I'll have a quick eye on it, but I must have, if I did wake up, I've gone, bugger this, I'm going straight back to sleep. So at some stage during the night, you can see there, it's just absolutely spiked out of nowhere. And then, yeah, by the time, so I normally when my alarm goes, so just after 5 o'clock, so I've woken up and gone, oh shit, I better have a look at this, and yeah, all you can see we're right up at around about 0.035 from, so it was a good gain. Now, if I had been watching this chart, I would have, if I did wake up and did check it and it was at 0.033, I would have bailed. I would have got the hell out of there. But because I fell asleep, I made a lot more money. Of course, the opposite is it could have gone down a hell of a lot as well. But the amounts I'm trading at the moment, with the amount I've got invested, I'm sort of figuring, well, it's either all or nothing, to be honest. It could have died right off, and I could have had to sit on it for 6 months, or it could have just died completely, and I would have lost all my dough. But anyway, that's the thrill of investing money, I guess. Now, did we go through the Keno? Yes, so the Keno, here's the Keno betting I had. So, like as I mentioned before, I normally do the $1, $2, $4, $8, $16. When you lose, you can see I had a couple of losses early on, and something happened. I ended up putting 3 $2 bets on or something like that instead of I don't know. And then I go, where am I at? And I should know where I'm at. I knew where I was at. And then I go, bugger it, I'll put $10 down, and bugger it all. So I'm now down 17. I'll put $20 down, so I'm now down 37. Down 37. Oh, let's put $50 in. So I was down $87. And then I go, so I'm getting low on how much I had in there. I'll put in a Hail Mary. I'll put the Hail Mary in on the 50. End up winning 100, so we made $50 there. This is, I will say this till I'm blue in the face. It's gambling. It's gambling. It's bloody dangerous. If you have a problem gambling, do not do this. You will get yourself into a world of hurt. Um, as they say in the ads in Australia, don't bet with more than you can afford to lose. You know, if you gamble, expect to lose it all. So yeah, that was a bit of an odd one anyway. I will go back to doing Keno a little bit, but yeah, it's not going to be. If it becomes a big money earner for me, it probably means I'm developing a real gambling problem, to be honest. So probably better off staying away from that. Now, what else did we do? Surveys. So yes, I didn't muck around too much with the surveys this week. I got so this is Octopus Group. Now I've done a couple with YouGov. The thing I found with YouGov is, I mean, the surveys, they want to make sure you're suitable for the surveys. So they need to do a bit of screening. They want to know whether you work in this industry, your age, and all that. Even though you've told the survey place this. A lot of the surveys you'll get screened out of because you're not suitable, or they've already filled the number of people from your demographic. They might only want so many males between the age of 45 and 55, and they've already got that, and they don't know that until you type your details in. In any case, they're not going to make you go through the full survey. They don't need your information, so they screen you out. Now these two here, I got screened out, obviously. The thing is, they at least paid me 10 cents, and the time it took me to get screened out was probably not even 2 minutes. So yeah, it's not much, but at least they're giving you something. I don't know whether YouGov or is the same with all their surveys, but the ones I've been screened out of, they haven't given me a cent, and it's taken in some cases it's probably taken 3 or 4 minutes before they screen you out, and for them to not even give you anything for your time, that's not great. So yeah. Not I was going to say there's a million survey sites out there. There's not. There's a lot of survey sites, and if you're going to put time into these things, I reckon you'll do all right. You'll make some decent money for the year, but you need to do your research and probably have a good look on YouTube and have a look at the reviews from people that use these sites, and just have a listen to what they have to say about it anyway. All right. So where else are we at? I think that is gonna pretty much cover it for tonight. How are we going for time? It's our video's getting about as long as I want it to go anyway. It's about 10 past 8 on a Sunday night here in Australia. I know that doesn't sound late, but I'm getting old, and got to be up at 5 in the morning. Back to my not Monday to Friday job, hopefully during the night. I didn't say I do have another trade open on Pinex at the moment with Pengu, with the Pengu coin. It's gone south big time. So the money we made this week is all pretty much gone. I'm not including that at the moment. I'm only going to include. I think I mentioned this from the start. I'm only mentioning crypto, the amounts I've made with crypto after I buy and sell, or by the time. Only when I close a trade. So the current trade I've got at the moment is probably down about $90. But I was thinking about this earlier. I like to think of the trades I have open with crypto spot trading as Schrodinger's cat. So if you're a fan of Big Bang Theory, you know all about Schrodinger's cat. So the trade I've got open at the moment on Pinex, it's neither a loss and it's neither a gain. It's nothing until I close the trade. So, hopefully I'll have a look at it before I go to bed tonight. But hopefully if it hasn't gone up, I go to sleep and I wake up in the morning and there's a nice little surprise and it's made some money. But anyway, we'll talk about that during the week on how I end up going with that trade. So anyway, that is it for tonight. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night wherever you might to be, and have a good week at work if you're a Monday to Friday type person. Otherwise, just have a good week. I'll no doubt do another video or two during the week, and we'll keep on plugging away. All right, thanks for watching, everyone. and we'll talk to you soon. See ya.